I'd like to show you just a few exercises that you can do with the poles besides walking. When I walk and when you walk at a comfortable pace, you're very likely not going to get your heart rate elevated to a really high level. And as far as I'm concerned, that's fine. You can get all the fitness you need to build for functional fitness just by walking and letting your heart go to whatever pace it goes with the intensity that you choose. But there are some benefits to getting your heart rate up. And one great thing to do is after you walk, you can do a version of jump roping without the rope and with the poles that I call pole jumping. And you can turn it into a total body exercise. Basically, you put the poles out in front of you, and instead of gripping them normally, you put your hands on top of the poles. Now, once you do this, just press down and you can feel how it activates the same muscles as when you're exerstriding, your core muscles, all your back muscles, shoulder, arm, and chest. So a neat thing to do when you get back from a walk, you can do some jumps. Now, if you've got bad knees and jumping is hard on your knees, you can also just flex your knees and come up. And what I'm doing is I'm pushing at the same time, and I can feel the core contractions, arm, shoulder, and back contractions at the same time. If you're able to jump, it looks like this. Again, I'm pushing as I go up, and right away my pulse rate is going way up. So when I do take the time to do this, generally what I do is I do about 100 jumps, and that takes less than a minute. And when I get done, my heart rate's up into a maximum range. And the advantage of doing something like this, where you get your heart rate up into the maximum range, is it will help stimulate the production of HGH, which is a real essential thing for keeping healthy and cells young. It doesn't just build muscles. It's also very important for fooling your body into thinking you're still in the growing mode. So that's jumping with the poles forward. You can also put them off to the side. Do the same thing with the hands on top, and as you push down, you're going to feel the lats really are activated. So you can do the same thing. You can just go down and push up like this, or you can do a real jump. You can either just jump or do a version of the jumping jack. And again, you can't see it, but as I'm doing this, I'm pressing down on the poles and turning the jumping activity into a total body exercise. You can also twist to the side to help improve the range of motion of the shoulders and do a little rotation of the spine. And as you can hear from my respiration and the way I'm talking, my heart rate is way up. But that's something that takes about 2 minutes that you can do anytime you find or want to take the time to really get your heart rate up and stimulate both your heart muscle and the production of HGH. So that's one exercise. For those of you who are a little older and are beginning to be what I call balance challenged, let's say you try to stand on one foot and you're unable to do that. One of the exercises that you can do that's very simple, and you can hold the poles in the typical manner and just lift one foot. Now, when I've worked with people in their 80s and 90s, often they lift one foot and they have to put it right back down. But by extending your arms out, as soon as you lift that foot, you'll feel that your arms start to activate, your core starts to activate to help you in this three-point stance keep a balance. And if you do that on each leg with some frequency, you'll be able to improve your balance. And once you get your confidence up, what you can do is just lift the poles slightly and see how it goes. You can always put them back down if you need that three-point stance, and do that on both sides. And then your goal eventually is, of course, to be able to stand without the poles, get that confidence back. And you can do that really at any age with practice.